Yeah, I thought like it was a interesting debate because I think you could like learn a lot about debates and communication itself from that, just from that debate, because I think so many things went basically wrong. Um, so first of all, I hate like this dynamic of like two against two. I want to ask you, what do you think? Like, I think you have participated in panels, and I really like debating as well. But I swear to myself that I will never participate like in a more than two people debate. What do you think about that debate
Yeah,
structure?
I really hate the whole debate thing. And honestly, it wasn't even 2v2. It was 1v3, and then also uh, like 1v2, and then I was me versus three. But yeah, I don't like that because
But wait, at some point it was also
my
1v3 where the moderator basically came on your side and you got on you guys' side against. No, sorry, it was a 3v2 where the moderator came on you guys' side and debated against the other two, right? Remember? I think. Yeah.
sort of a little bit, but I think she was just trying to keep the conversation on rails.
Yeah.
But I don't like being put in a position where, so this is how all these got off. And I kind of liked that moderator was probably one of the best moderators ever, honestly.
Really?
I don't well, I don't know about the I liked her. Okay, I don't know about good moderation.
Mm-hmm.
It was okay, but I this is how these panels get organized, or like behind the scenes. Somebody will be like, can you how do you what do you have would you like to be on a panel where we talk about women's value? And I'm like, yeah, sure. I mean, and immediately I'm like, oh god, because women's value. I hate I'm so sick of this whole evaluating women's value thing. So I'm just gonna get in there. I'm gonna be acid. I'm gonna tell everybody that like they are engaging like a psychopath, and they need to just like stop being so transactional with women, and treat them like people and not cattle. And then I'm like, okay, so then I'm told, okay, perfect, because I really need you for last minute. So just to be clear, you're going to be on the affirmative that women's value increases the more they have sex. And I'm like, look, I can give you so much. I mean, I'm definitely against evaluating women's value. As like, so I'm against these red pillars that are going to say that women lose value when they have more sex. I'll be against that, but that's all I can promise you. It's like, oh, I guess that fits enough because we really needed somebody. And I'm like, I know that I'm gonna really piss off my partner, because they're gonna. And so if because typically in what any good want to be helpful panelist will, they'll be like, okay, well, my position that I have to take in this panel is I have to argue that women gain value by having tons of sex with men. And that makes you just as retarded and disingenuous, because the luckily in this position the red pill guys get to be genuine with what they actually think. Nobody actually thinks women gain value. I mean, like, maybe you do, but like, it's stupid. It's just as stupid. And so most vast majority of these debates, like WIC panels, like all these panel debates, you're being told to go to take a position that is very like um, a caricature, or like and so I'll go in, and at first when I first started doing the debate really early on, I would go in and I'd be like, okay, I'll try to fill that role. And then I was like, nah, this sucks. I'm just gonna fight everybody, or try to tell everybody, like, there's like a more middle ground. Eventually I learned that if you try going in and being really genuine and be like, no, this is what I think, I think it's more in the middle. Like, I think that, you're being too extreme and you're being too extreme, and we need to have more realistic, honest conversation. And then everybody just ignores you. So then I learned that you have to do is you have to tell everybody they're a fucking idiot, and you have to really be really aggressive to get any space, because you have to fight for space within these fucking retarded toddler fights. So that's why I had to fight with my own partner. That's why I had to fight with them. And honestly, I think if I didn't have my partner there, I would have been able to have like a kind of productive conversation with the other two guys. They kind of, but then every time that I stopped talking, it got turned stupid again because we have to have this caricature battle where we're arguing shit we don't even actually believe just for the sake of taking a position for the show. Uh, so like most of these moderate like Wick will pick topics where it's like well like is abortion like is abortion good or bad, and you have to take the you're I need three guys that are on side pro abortion, and it's like, oh yeah, abortion's real good, yeah, I love abortion, oh it's great, and it really destroys the ability to have an honest conversation when that's where it's coming from.
So yeah, that sounds like all of the things that you just described sound pretty accurate to me. But do you like still like would you participate again? Because it seems like you've done. I don't know how many of have you done until now.
I think it can be interesting to be put in that position. I think it would have been
But it sounds like
um
it's toxic, not only for you but also like for the topic at hand. Like it seems like it's such a distortion to the topic at hand that it's like if you care about the topic at all, you should avoid having such a conversation at all costs, right? Like if you don't care about the topic at hand, then obviously who gives a fuck? But like
I
it's
don't
like
know, like
bad
people
on so many levels.
I don't know. People, I feel like I engaged and I represented my thoughts pretty clearly, but I do think it can. There's a way to see it as very bad for the audience and very bad for me. I don't think it has to do with the topic at hand being besmirched or something. I think it has to do with just mental health and like what when you see like I think it can be interesting to see somebody try to have a more honest, real conversation, which is like what I that's kind of why I ended up saying the N word like I did. I was like, I'm being berated by a bunch of black people, and I was pointing that out, and I mean that's just too real for YouTube. You can't do that. But I think that seeing somebody try to have a more honest, real conversation and then have it continuously destroyed and then get shit on by everybody around them, including the people on their own side. I think that that's bad for me. It's probably bad for the audience. It gives you a warped sense of reality because it's not reality. It's like a hyper cartoonish version of reality that we've constructed. So yeah, I think that that's how it's bad. So as far as will I do it again? Um, I made a video and released it 2 weeks ago. I was like, somebody came to me and they're like, "You want to be a panel?" And I was like, "This is gonna fucking suck." I even before the panel, I was telling my partner, I was like, they were like, "Okay, I want to help make sure that we have our ducks in a row so we can really destroy them." And I was like, "Look, this is what I think, and I know that doesn't work perfect for you, but I'm already depressed about this, and I wanted to have a stream, and so yeah, if it's an opportunity and I can get in front of a lot of people, then maybe I will do it, and that's just the pressure of YouTube and all that. And I just wanted to help promote my video, and I uh, I need to start working on another video. See that back there is the start of it's midway through a charcoal drawing. Once that's finished, then I will be able to get a haircut because it's for my hairdresser, and I will also be able to focus on videos again. And that's like a psychic miasma that destroys my life every time I take a commission like that. And once I'm done with that, I need to focus on the fucking videos.
But okay, now we're still not at our topic, but I'm really curious. Like I want to continue like this train of thought for a second. Like where is this pressure coming from? Is it like the pressure of wanting to have success with what you're doing, or is this a
Yes.
pressure coming from like financial like financial problems, like life problems, or what is it? Which
Well,
of
I'm not making that much money off of YouTube, and I don't really have an imagination for making a lot of money off of YouTube because the types of things that really make me imagine making a lot of money are things that sound god awful and to me would destroy my channel. Like I had a really funny idea. I was like, I could make an apology video. because apology videos do very well, and all the people on the panel would watch it to their streams, and there was probably I was told during the stream there was like 350 people watching, so I'll get a bunch of people end up watching this apology video, and then I was like, and then I could make another apology video, and then make another apology video, and I could upload like 4 apology videos on my channel and become more ridiculous and more ridiculous, and I think that would be really funny, and it would end up getting me a lot of clicks and views, but also in my opinion, it would destroy my channel. So I do have a desire for success and growth, and I'm more willing to do that with streams, but not with videos. But yeah, there's only so much of that I can do. But if I just haven't done a stream in a while and you ask me to go to one panel, I probably will. I don't know, maybe.
I I think the way you feel, like the hatred you have against like the transactional nature of like the red pillars against
Transsexual nature?
Did I say that? No, I meant transactional.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
The transsexual nature of the red pillars.
Yeah, that too. But yeah, so the transactional nature of the worldview of the red pillars. I feel like that hatred that you have, I have for like content creating or art in general. Or yeah, I think like it should be the only thing in my life. This what I'm doing here should be the only thing where I don't have to be like this transactional, like in terms of producing something or doing something, like, or then I could just take another job, right? Like I could just work a job or create a company or whatever, like if I wanted to be transactional, and if I wanted to have these trade-offs and having to, yeah, like that's why I don't know.
Yeah, you don't need to lecture me about that, buddy. Like, there's a million and one things I could be doing to be a lot more successful that I'm not doing. I've cucked myself. I've
Wait,
tripled myself.
I'm not telling you to. I'm not lecturing you on being more successful. I'm lecturing you on. I want you to choose less things that make you successful and more
Yes, I
things
know, and I'm
that you think
saying
that.
that I'm already so far down that line,
Okay.
and I want my shit to be seen by everybody, and I do want to be successful, and there's only so much I will. I like it. It is. That's just how I am. There is amount. There is an amount that I'm willing to compromise. It's a very low amount compared to most people, an extremely ridiculously low amount that most bigger people will mock me for. And I don't need shit from the other side being like, no, but you still want success, so you suck. I honestly don't even want to fucking hear it.
Wait, I'm not criticizing that you want success. Like that's obvious. Like having a big ego is like a good thing. It's not a bad thing. Like it's good that you want success. I don't think that's bad. I think that's it would be like something would be wrong with you if you wouldn't have that, I think. So I don't know. I'm not sure what you're getting at, but
You're saying I make too many compromises, even though I'm incredibly uncompromising. But any compromise at all is bad for the art.
I'm just going off of what you are saying right now. Like you have just told me how shit. Like I've asked you the why we're talking about this is that I asked you about panels. I thought panels are horrible. Then I just asked you about panels, and you basically laid out perfectly. I couldn't have said it better. Why they're horrible and how they're horrible, yes, and how they're fucking up the topic and how they're fucking up the mental health of the participants and everything. Like you basically laid it out perfectly. And then I've asked you, would you do it again? And then you said yes, probably. Yes. And then I asked you for the reason for that. And that's where we are now, basically. So I'm just telling you that I
make some compromises. I do think it's interesting in some ways to see somebody put in that situation and how they handle it, and maybe there's a new way I can handle it that make it more interesting, but it doesn't mitigate the fact of how shitty it is. But yeah, I just I make slightly more compromises, and there is, yeah, it's just, yeah.
Okay. Sure.
I feel like you like want me to. I think that I felt this way about the previous topic about the N word, but I feel like you are engaging in sort of like black and white thinking, and I think you want me to engage in black and white thinking, but no, I'm in the middle. There's good, like I don't want to make any compromises, but I want to be successful, and so like it's like no, well I just have to pick one. I have to pick one, and it's like no. No, it's always a complicated slog. That's life.
I mean, yeah, I agree. Like, there's definitely like I'm 100% engaging in compromise. I'm doing shit that sometimes maybe I don't want to do exactly like that, you know. But I feel like, and I don't say that you have to be like completely strict and never do anything that will get you to make you successful if you don't want to. But I feel like the amount of negativity that you've described in terms of panels is worth
Yeah, they're
thinking
pretty
about.
bad.
Like, is worth
It
thinking
is.
about if you should just not do them, no matter how much they increase your like your exposure to other new
Yeah,
potential viewers.
might be true.
Yeah.
There's always a price. There's always a price. If you give me enough money, you can rape me.
And you loved you love that word.
Yeah.
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 I was like thinking before I started the stream, I was thinking about how many minutes it would take until you would say it. Yeah, maybe
Nice.
that's something for a topic
The
for a
amount of times that I've
different day.
messaged. So, oh yeah, here's another way you let me down. When you said that you're a Mr. Girl fan, because I was hoping that you were one of like Fatty's fans or something. I would think that would have been really interesting. You know what I mean? But but like, the amount of times that Mr. Girl has seen a notification pop up on his phone says, "Real Smeth, you've raped me. You raped me." The amount of times that man has had to deal with something like that. Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's a topic in and of itself. But I don't know if I have much to contribute on that. At least not right now.